Richard here. It's 4 o'clock New Delhi time. It's 10:30 UK time, 4 a.m. in New Delhi, and hopefully we're going to have a corking day at the conference tomorrow. So stay tuned.
We hope is that in the end, creating horizons about the future of the economy, and that we'll start to understand that science, technology, and ICT runs through pretty much all of what we do moving forward.
It's turning out to be well, and it's allowed us to bridge across to a NGO like ASEMA, which has the same values and goals and working in different places. Mm-hmm. So there was a natural structure. ICIE, the Sri Aurobindo Society, are working in villages outside Pondicherry, where the Sri Aurobindo Society is located. And they're working in Bombay. Their director is Dilbar Parekh, is a long-time old friend of the chairman of the board of ICIE, BJP, and so it was a pretty natural fit to try to figure out what we were.
It's bringing together students from a range of different areas to work on a common brief with the intention of gaining some additionality from that cross-working. So we bring together, for this project, engineering, IT and creative media students to work on particular things. They all have a different element of the project from their specialist area to work on. And they come into groups to fulfill the brief. So they physically meet the first time, and then from that point on we use the virtual room technology to update on their project, basically.
And this picture right here this is a wordle of the words that you put on your name tags earlier. So this is some of what we know about ourselves so far.
One of the things, if in case we have to do that, we believe, is to understand learning. And if you have to understand learning, you have to be able to measure it. And that is what will look like assessment, though it is more than the traditional meaning of assessment. So one of the main things that we have been offering is a test called ASSET. An ASSET is a diagnostic and a benchmarking test. It's therefore what we call a low-stakes test, which is, in India, for example, a completely new concept. By definition, a test is high stakes. So this is a low-stakes diagnostic test. It's now a pretty big test. I mean, it's very large. It's larger than so it's about 3,000 schools totally that take it, and about 1,000 schools take it in a compulsory fashion, meaning that every child in the school takes it. It's also done in countries outside India now. So a number of neighboring countries, Singapore and the Gulf, which basically means that we get a huge volume of data. Over 300 to 400,000 students every year. And looking at all the subjects and going from grades 3 through 10. And all this information is basically used to track, to give feedback, but the focus is diagnosis. It's very different, for example, from a no child left behind kind of scenario in the US. It's not a high stakes test. And it is not mandated by anybody. It's completely a voluntary test, which means that it is usually paid for by the parents or the students, though in some cases the schools pay for it. 1 centimeter to 6 centimeter mark. And the question asked to grade 4 and to grade 6 children, largely in India and a few neighboring countries, was what is the length of this pencil? And there are many variations of this question. You can have a line, the thing can be vertical, and I'll show you some of those. Now, interestingly, about 75% to 80% of children in grade 4 actually say that this pencil is 6 centimeters long rather than 5, which is the correct or the expected answer. Even more interesting, so the first point is that if you ask teachers what would students answer to this question, very few teachers give you the correct answer. They say this is a simple question, children will get it right. But 75 to 80% of children don't get it right. The second is even more interesting. Now we start guessing, why are the children answering 6 to this? And unless you know about this, the funny thing is, we all are working in education, the teachers have thought for, you ask experienced teachers, and we don't know the answer to this question. We don't know why children are answering like this.
Technology to support about 19,000 children in their afternoons with maths homework. So we're working through instant messaging, and that is where I'm really hoping that you guys at some point come in and are interested. It's a channel. Instead of saying what technology do you need to access my content, we are saying what technology do you have and how can I get you to my content. So this is basically on a very big cell phone how it looks. We have a bunch of competitions and we have useful bots. You need to remember that in Africa there are cell phones and very little else. And we have tutors online. There's unfortunately no one online now. paradigm called digital residency,
Okay.
which is where you are comfortable with, the technology you are comfortable with, that's the technology we will utilize. So we are actually into developing mobile platforms, and the platform is a channel agnostic, meaning doesn't matter how you get into the channel, it will give you access to the same content.
That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Products that are relevant to them in the information age, so that they can not only contribute but be functional members of that community. Their community, not their community.
First you come in my rickshaw.
First you come in his rickshaw for filming.